The Earnestly Speaking podcast is a show that is founded on free-flowing conversation and may at times venture into mature subjects. Listener discretion is advised.
Yeah, Earnestly Speaking podcast. Let's get it. I'm a giant in New York, in Miami carry heat. So much more in store, my product can flood the street. Opinion Nation Godfather, CEO. Puff in the late 90s, gon' see me blow. Oh. Got my hustle on, no imitation of that. Army of untouchables, Opinion Nation staff. Never an off season, homie, check the numbers. Heart throb in my own right, supplying southern comfort. Earnestly speaking, my ego is well fed. Earnestly speaking, you're too evil and no threat. See, I'm like a hurricane, you're a mild breeze. Earnestly speaking, leaving Eli a dynasty. Shake!
Welcome to the first edition of the Music Lounge, part of the Earnestly podcast. I am your host, Earnest EJ Christian. Special show today as we're going to do the new Jack Swings songs draft for the first time, months after months of planning this thing. And of course, joined here by my guys here, Chris Lacy, Matthew Allen. Let me unmute you, Matt, real quick. Actually, Matt, you are muted. You gotta unmute yourself. There you are. Yeah. All right. Wait, what's up, guys? How y'all doing?
Doing well. How about you?
Yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm excited.
Yeah, we've been talking about this thing for at least 5 months. I think the idea was hatched actually in February, and I know exactly where I was actually. I was actually in line at Chick-fil-A, and someone brought the idea of doing this. I'm like, I like this idea, but I need some time to sit with the songs. A lot of these songs, as I set up my draft board, for example, a lot of these songs. So there's obviously the obvious big ones, of course, which I'm sure we'll pick them when we get to this whole draft. But there's a lot of like hidden gems there. Like I forgot that I haven't listened to since I was a child. Like oh my god, that song on the list, So
yeah,
we're gonna do a 10 round 30 songs, 10 round song draft on the New Jack Swing era. I would say 87, 86, 87 through to what, 97, maybe 10 years.
Yeah, I mean, depending on how much of a purist you're going to be, I've read like it started as early as 85 with Dougie Fresh and the Get Fresh crew. So
yeah,
you start at 85 and then work your way up to like 97.
Yeah. I mean,
but I can say that there are a couple songs I have on my list that are well beyond that range that fall into New Jack Swing. So I'll save that for later.
Yeah, right. I don't think I have anything on my list that goes beyond like 1994 or 5.
Okay. Interesting.
Really?
Yeah.
That's kind of interesting. There's a couple of songs I would thought you might have like looked at. It came out like more like the 90s to some will say inch late 90s, but
yeah.
So due to my Wi-Fi issues here, I don't want to risk doing the spin the wheel here live. So we already did the spin the wheel on my phone, and the draft order is as follows. With the third pick will be Matt, the second pick, me, and the first pick tonight is gonna be Chris Lacy. So you guys ready to go? Let's go. This is the first pick of the draft.
I'm ready to go, man.
All right,
Chris,
I was so pleased to see that came in at number one. One, because it was about time. I'm just due. I got tired of Matt getting number one all the time. But number two, this was the idea. Yeah, this was the idea that I brought to you. Like New Jack Swing is my favorite music genre ever. So it was a great idea that I brought to you, and I'm glad that you guys were on board with it. So we're not going to waste any time, man. I'm going to go with what I believe is the best New Jack Swing song ever made, and it is Remember the Time by Michael Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
And once again, Michael Jackson is the first pick of every draft. We are such a homers, aren't we?
Totally. We are.
Totally.
So, I mean, for what stands out to me, or go ahead, EJ.
No, I'm surprised you picked the song though first. I'm surprised.
Yeah. So what I love about this song is that it's a love letter wrapped in New Jack silk. And when you listen to it, there's even like some bitterness to it. It's like he's trying to hold on to this love that he once had, and he starts out like real subtle and suave, whatever. But then towards the end, it's like a all out screaming confession. Like you just really feel like that conviction kicking in. So one of my favorite stories about how this was made is that Michael had flown Teddy Riley to Neverland, heard like the first 5 beats. And he stopped Teddy midway through, and he's like, "Come here, we need, follow me." And Teddy thought he had lost a job. And what Michael did was like he put Teddy at the piano, as grand piano in the studio, and said, "I want you to play those chords again." And they basically made Remember the Time right there on the spot. It took a couple of hours for them to knock it out, to basically get the scratch track in there. So it's just beautiful, like to see how that all kind of came together, and for it to be the classic that it is. And we could talk about the short film. I could gush about that, but I won't do that because there's not enough time. But no, Remember the Time to me is the best New Jack Swing song ever made, because you could play it now and it still sounds timeless. It doesn't sound like it came out in 1991, which is rare for a lot of people on my list, and I'm sure on y'all's list. It sounds like it's of its era, but Remember the Time sounds timeless.
That's the thing about all those tracks from Dangerous album, is the fact that it goes beyond what the typical New Jack Swing sound was at the time. Right. A lot of that has to do with Michael's vision of just elevating things sonically. Yeah. And also it has attributed to Bruce Swedian as an engineer, and he was able to elevate it in a way, in terms of the engineering and the recording, in a way that it hadn't been before. Dangerous is technically the biggest selling New Jack Swing album of all time at like 32 million copies worldwide. But to me, it's more than just, it's more than that now. It's almost at Diamond here in America. But I feel like Remember the Time, it's exactly what it is. It's a song that when you hear it, it's a New Jack Swing song, but if it was released today, it would still work. There's a lot of songs on this list that are very watermarked to the years that they came out, but Remember the Time is not one of them. And shout out, I love the background story about him going to the piano, and shout out to Bernard Bell, who Teddy Riley had recruited to help with the lyrics of Remember the Time when they started to write it out on the piano.
Yeah, and appreciate you shouting out Bernard Bell. Shame on me for not mentioning him, but he's one of those unsung heroes, especially on the Dangerous album. Yeah,
I had no idea that Regina Bell was his sister, by the way.
Oh shoot, I didn't know that.
I found that out like randomly. I was watching another podcast and I found that out. And I'm like, Bernard Bell, the guy that wrote on the Dangerous album, is your brother? Like, of course, crazy. Like it's nuts. Very talented family.
That's crazy.
Yeah. All right. My pick might go. Second pick in the draft. I'm gonna the same pattern we do every draft. It's Michael heavy. I'm gonna go Michael again in the closet. The reason I'm doing this now is Matt, because I don't want Michael Stone's being gone early like this, bro. No. In the Closet to me is actually one of the most underrated songs, really, that he in his catalog. Like that song, in my opinion, should actually be bigger than it is.
That
beat is sick. I mean, the video, the whole I guess the love it deserves, honestly. As my Wi-Fi is still kind of weird right now, but it's a phenomenal song, and I wonder like if that was released in a different era, maybe that song gets bigger than it is. And I'm not saying it wasn't big; it's still a pretty well known song in not certainly in the community, but even casuals know that song. But I always wonder, like, if that song was released, say 2-3 years earlier, does it get more love, than it did in '92?
I think that you can say that about a lot of Michael's post-Thriller work. Like how different things would be if it was pushed back a year. Like if Bad was in '86 instead of '87, if Dangerous was in '90 instead of '91, because Dangerous is released in November of '91. What was released in September of '91? Nirvana, Nevermind. So that took a lot of attention that Michael Jackson ordinarily would have dominated too. And In the Closet is interesting. In the Closet is it was a top 10 hit. It got to number 6 on the Hot 100, but it doesn't feel like a top 10 hit the same way that Black or White and Remember the Time do. It seems like it doesn't seem that way. Or even like Will You Be There? Will You Be There seems like it was a bigger hit, even though that only got to number 7.
Right.
But yeah, that's definitely a very, very unique place in Michael's catalog and on that album in particularly. And shout out to the music video, because when I was a kid, I was watching it and I was like, damn, Naomi, get out of the way. I want to see Michael dancing. And now as an adult, I'm like, damn, Mike, tone the dancing
down. 2 quick things I wanted to share about In the Closet real quick. And I'm sure you guys know this, but anybody who's watching may not know that there was almost a collaboration between Michael and Madonna. And Madonna really wanted to push it, like push the title In the Closet way out in left field. And, she basically told Michael, like, hey, like, I don't want to do this if you're not going to fully commit to the title. So, of course, there are creative differences. We'll just put it that way. And then one thing I've always noticed in the music video is that if you look at, I believe it's his left hand, it looks like there's a ring on his finger. And I always found that interesting because if you go back and watch it, it seems like he and Naomi Campbell are maybe having like a secret affair and they're dancing in the desert. So to me, it just kind of adds on to that storytelling vibe about Michael that, he was wanting to tell a story anytime he did something. So I just thought that was very interesting to kind of catch the wedding ring on his finger. I think he was playing an adulterous character in that short film.
Right. Oh, I changed computers. I'm not dealing with this.
Oh, you're good.
Yeah. You're good. So, all right. Third pick for you, Matt. What you got? Well, first pick for you, Matt.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm tempted to go with Michael again, but I think I'll be safe and I'll be able to pick him at a later time. So I'm gonna pick for my first pick, "Poison" by Belle Biv DeVoe.
Yeah, great pick.
Spider-Man freeze in full effect.
Yeah.
So I remember where I was. I heard that song for the first time. I actually remember hearing it on the radio in 1990 and recording it on my cassette tape. Because I had a habit back in the days of like taking songs off the radio and just grabbing it off the radio and just creeping it. I remember hearing that song over and over and over, playing on repeat. Oh my gosh, that song was amazing. I love that song so much.
Yeah,
absolutely. It's so amazing that New Edition, once the Any Heartbreak tour had run its course, everyone split off to do their solo stuff, and Belle Biv DeVoe were kind of just like sitting in the back, like just twiddling their thumbs, waiting to see what they could do. And then Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis had suggested that they stay a trio and do a side project as a trio. And man, you only get a hit like that once, what I'm saying? And for that to be their lead single, the title track of their first album, and then just knock it out of the park, just with that that drum beat is just that's an instant party starter, no matter where you are, no matter what era you're in, no matter how old you are, that that's going to be cool. And even though lyrically it's very questionable today, like I remember, so that came out in 1990. So I was 8 years old when that came out. So I was in the car with my dad and my other younger siblings who were respectively 6 and 5. And, we're singing, keeping one eye open, still clocking the hose, as little kids. And my dad was singing it along with us, me and the crew used to do her. Like, yeah, man. Like just thinking about that now, I'm just like, dude, that it's so preposterous. It really is. Yeah. But it also speaks to the emergence of Ricky Bell becoming a much more respected vocalist in New Edition. Because, he got his spots in, when he could on certain songs, even more than Johnny when he had initially joined. But this really put him front and center as maybe the most consistent singer in New Edition. Just one of a steady, dependable vocalist with a very wide range.
Yeah.
And it's one of the 3 greatest pre-choruses in R&B history. Because think about it, she's driving me out of my mind. Those are pre-choruses that are arguably as famous or more famous than the choruses. You have Poison, you have the pre-chorus of Billie Jean, and you have the pre-chorus of Joe's All the Things Your Man Won't Do. What I'm saying?
That's a good pick.
So that's another thing that sets that song apart. So Poison is my first pick.
That's a great pick. That's actually a great not just a pick. I like the great explanation of that too. Also with the pre-chorus, you're right. You're absolutely right with that.
And is it safe to say that Poison is probably the quintessential New Jack Swing track? Like when people think of that style, like that's the first one, or it's probably the most iconic.
It's certainly top 3 or 4, I would say. Songs.
Yeah, it's definitely top 5, just because it's so like ingrained to that time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because so many, and it doesn't necessarily follow the quote unquote Teddy Riley template from an arrangement standpoint. Like you think about a song like from the same album, BBD, I Thought It Was Me. That takes a lot more cues from Teddy Riley's production style than Poison does. But Poison is easily a much more, singular song, because it stands out when you put it against something that Teddy does or a Teddy clone would do.
Right.
Or Jam and Lewis, who have argued that they made the first New Jack Swing song of all time, which we'll talk about. You may or may not talk about later.
Yeah. But I make that claim because I'm sure you guys have heard, like, you could be at a sporting event or at the gym or at a wedding. You're guaranteed to hear Poison at least once. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so ingrained in pop culture now. Like it doesn't matter where you are, you're going to hear it somewhere. So that's why I think it has the edge of being like the quintessential New Jack Swing track. Like when people hear that sound, that's what they think of most likely. Because again, that drum intro, the pre-chorus, just everything about it is great.
I totally agree with you on that one. All right, my pick now, second round. I'm gonna go with Bobby Brown's My Prerogative.
Okay, all right. Shout out to Bobby, man. That
album makes sense.
Dope. Yeah, it's been covered a few times by other artists, 2-3 years, and Bobby Brown's one of those guys that if he had a longer peak, my God, who knows? I'll be looking at him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, I think it's a great song. Another song that kind of defined the era a little bit. Certainly on the front end of the era, but great song. So Bobby Brown, My Prerogative. All right, your go, Chris.
All right. I'm gonna go with. Not going to go to any of the dark horses yet because I'm sure I have some that I'll steal from Matt. I'll go with Groove Me by Guy.
That was actually going to be the pick I was going to take. If I didn't take My Prerogative, I'm going to take Groove Me.
Yeah. Groove Me is, it's one of my favorite songs. And that's the Guy self-titled album from '88 is a top 10 favorite record of mine. So for it to kick off with Groove Me, it sets the tone perfectly. And Aaron Hall sounds amazing on it. When I hear him sing, it's like it's like he's like the second coming of Uncle Charlie Wilson. It has that Uncle Charlie Wilson feel to his voice, and it has church and stuff in it too. So Groove Me is great. I know a lot of folks know the song from like Grand Theft Auto, like they've heard it on the soundtrack, so like it has that pop culture connection there. But Groove Me is fantastic. That's one of my favorite.
That's a great song.
One of my favorite songs to dance to. Yeah.
They only have what, 3 albums, Guy? 3 albums, if that?
I believe so.
Yeah. They have 3 albums. Let's just be real. They have 2 albums and a
it's really Guy in the future.
Game.
Yeah, Guy in the future.
Guy in the future, and the future's got some crazy joints on
It's got some bangers.
but it's not.
Is it because they broke up? What was the situation?
Yeah, they broke up, and then
they did break up, but I mean, part of it was kind of just like their music just wasn't hitting like it was in '88 and '90s. So,
yeah.
They struggled to move records, and by the time their third album came out, like Teddy Riley was hitting his stride with Blackstreet. So,
yeah.
Fair point. All right, your go, Matt. Your second pick.
Okay, so for my second pick, let me see here. You guys get some good ones. Oh, you took my prerogative. Oh, that was what?
Yeah. I know how it feels, buddy.
Okay. All right. For my second pick, I'm going to pick I'm Dreamin' by Christopher Williams.
Yes, sir. That's a great pick, man.
I'm dreaming.
Yeah. That's a great pick.
From New Jack City, right?
Yeah. No, that's not Teddy Riley that did that one.
No.
He was saying was it on New Jack City?
It's from New Jack City. But funny thing, Aaron Hall actually vocal produced that song, and he actually told Chris to sing it like Michael Jackson.
Dang.
So if you go back and you listen to like the way his cadence was on the verse, like I can't get over like
I can hear it.
Yeah, so Aaron Hall told him to sing it like that, but in his baritone. That's why there's so many like short notes and him stopping short and him putting the little grit at the end of a phrase on each bar.
Is it pronounced staccato vocals? Is just like it's like real sharp?
Yeah, the real because that's how Michael's saying. Even like the ballads, like you think of a song like I Just Can't Stop Loving You. It's very, very staccato. Each time the wind blows,
Yeah.
So he was doing that a lot, especially like around that time in the early 90s. So, but that song is just one of those things. It opens with that great vocal harmony part from him, and it's just got a lot of great, just do. It's just great, and it's just got a great. That's another one that's got like two elements of the chorus that don't wake me, I'm dreaming. Then it goes, I'm dreaming. It's like a 2-part chorus.
It's a great song.
It's a great song, and Christopher Williams is such an underrated vocalist of that era.
Was that? Yeah. Was he One Hit Wonder?
I would
no, because Every Little Thing You Do, my mother ran that cassette single into the ground.
That's fair.
Okay.
That's fair.
Okay.
So no, he wasn't, and he had a couple of other hits too. I mean, look, he had an unsung episode. You have to have like 3 hits to have an unsung episode. Otherwise,
oh, okay, that makes sense.
I got you.
So, I mean, that's not the criteria. That's just what I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Close enough, though. Close enough.
It's close. It's close enough. He had other hits than that, and plus, he had a great showing at the Uptown Records MTV Unplugged episode. So yeah, shout out to Christopher Williams. So I'm Dreaming is my second pick.
Yeah.
All right, my pick now, third round. I'm gonna go with "Come and Talk to Me" by Jodeci.
Nice.
Come and talk to me.
Yeah.
Really wanna be there? Can I talk to you? Great song.
Oh yeah.
It's a great song. It's a great song. Phenomenal song. Reminds me of middle school, going to 6th grade in the bus. They're playing stuff on the bus back in the day. Like, oh my gosh.
Wow.
That's what 92, right? 91, 92, right? It came out, right?
That's 1992.
Right? Yeah.
No.
The single man came out in 92, but Forever My Lady came out in 91.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, but still 6th grade. It works out perfectly. So yeah.
So, question, EJ, do you prefer the album version or the remix? I know a lot of folks that prefer the remix over the original.
I'm not one.
I prefer the original, honestly.
I got to play it back. I think the one that's on radio mostly is a remix, right?
Yeah. Ooh, the one with that's the one with JoJo at the beginning. You look so sexy.
That's probably the remix. I think. I don't know, man. It's tough. Really good.
I like the original version. The only thing I like about the remix is the very beginning. Once they do the EPMD, you're a customer beat behind it.
Yeah,
it's cool, but it's just it's not as hefty as the original version to me. I just like the original version better. If you would have just took the beginning of the remix and put it on the original, then we'd be talking. But yeah, I prefer the original.
All right, Chris, your go.
I'm gonna go with "When I Think of You" from Janet Jackson.
I like that.
Yeah.
Now I'm surprised that's considered New Jack Swing though.
what's funny about that is Jimmy Jam claims that the first New Jack Swing song is Nasty from that same album.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So.
it is interesting. And again, I consider, because Control is largely considered a New Jack Swing album.
Is it really? Is it really?
Yeah, it is.
In hindsight, it is.
In hindsight,
I would have thought that. To be honest, I have a Janet song or two on my list, but none of them from that album actually.
Yeah,
because remember the term New Jack Swing wasn't invented until years later. Barry Michael Cooper.
Barry Michael Cooper came up with it. I think 87. I think is when he did the piece on Teddy. Yeah, but when I think of you, just what I love about that song is that it feels like you can hear Janet smiling as she's singing the song.
Oh yeah,
absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Like
absolutely.
So it warms my heart anytime. Yeah, exactly. So it's and you can think of somebody that makes you feel that way, and plus it's a bop, because it's Jamma Lewis. You know, what I'm saying?
It's a bop.
Yeah,
yeah.
So,
her first number one hit too.
That's right. It was her first number one hit, and it was just great stuff, man. 86 was a good year.
Yes, it was for Janet.
Yeah.
All right, Matt, your go. Your third pick. What you got?
Okay. Do I have it listed here? You know what? I'm gonna do a personal pick here because I don't think I wrote it down, which is weird. But for my third pick, I'm gonna pick "Spread My Wings" by Troop.
Ooh, shout out to Troop, man. Yeah.
That's one of those. Let me just say, so shout out to Chucky Booker, the man who wrote and produced the song, and wrote and produced a lot of songs that could end up on this list later. Mm-hmm. A very brilliant producer and songwriter. He actually had a hit song before this as a solo artist called "Turned Away." That's such a and so the guys from Troop wanted that song. He wouldn't give it to him, so they said, "Could you write a song like this?" And it ended up being "Spread My Wings." "Spread My Wings" is a beautiful, beautiful recording. You think of it, you play it, you dance or whatever, but when you really listen to the lyrics and listen to the execution of that 5-part harmony, it's a beautiful song. And just the beautiful sentiment. The lyrics are great. "Spread my wings and fly away to a place that I long for, and my heart will be the pathway to a love that will last forevermore." It's just, I love it, man. I love it. And I remember when Michael song that I really leaned on when I was going through it. I remember walking down 125th Street in Harlem, and that song came on, and it cheered me up a lot. And I just leaned on it really heavily, even though I had heard the song when I was a kid. I mean, they had one of the most badass performances of the song on the Arsenio Hall show. Yeah. So
that's right.
But I love that record. It has a special place in my heart, and it's one of and it's Troop's signature record.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. All right, my fourth pick, I'm gonna go with the guy that many people in my childhood consider a panty dropper, and that is "I Want Her" by Keith Sweat.
Hey.
I wanna.
Real quick, but before you go into your explanation, I will never forget Cedric the Entertainer doing a joke about Keith Sweat. He says that he sounds like a mosquito. He's like, "Baby, baby, you know."
And now I can't only hear that. No,
I know you'll never be able to hear Keith Sweat the same way again. I'm like,
I can't hear that now.
Yeah, that I've known that joke since the Comic View days. I was like, man,
wow.
Cedric, he ruined it for me. He ruined it for me
and
as a kid.
I cannot see
it's so funny. I used to do impressions of Keith Sweat singing other people's songs.
Oh, really?
Really?
Just because, just to myself, I wasn't.
Okay.
But I used to just think what if he sang Thriller? Thriller. Night.
Oh wow!
You're and no one's gonna save you from the beast trying to strike for the baby.
Yo, that's
hysterical. That is hysterical.
That's crazy.
Because that's such a typical lick from him.
It is, yeah.
But shout out to "I Want Her." That entire Make It Last Forever album is a classic. Like
It
every
is great.
song on it is insane.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Your fourth pick, Chris. What you got?
All right. All right. I'm gonna dig in my personal favorite bag here.
All right.
You Called and Told Me by Jeff Redd.
Oh, you took my next pick. Oh, you took my next pick, dog.
I knew I was going to take one of yours, bro. I knew I was going to take one.
Wait, what's it called? You Called and Told Me?
You Called and Told Me. And it's from the Strictly Business soundtrack. Man, that's such a great song, man. Like, boom, bam, boom, 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 boom. See, look, yeah, you see, Matthew knows what's up, man.
No, dude, that might be my all-time favorite non-Teddy Riley New Jack Swing song.
I'm not mad at that.
That's such a do the wop song.
It is, man. That is a wop.
That song was on the list though, but however, I remember the song.
Yeah. But yeah, Matthew, you were talking about pre-choruses. I love the pre-choruses on this song.
Yeah.
He's like, man, yeah, Jeff Redd, like that is an unsung hero when it comes to R&B, man. But if anybody saw the movie Strictly Business back in the day, like with Halle Berry and Tommy Davidson and all that, like that when I hear that song, my mind immediately goes to that movie. So
my mind goes to Halle Berry immediately when you say Halle Berry's name. So
yeah,
Tommy Davidson was hilarious in that movie, though.
Yeah, he was.
But yeah, Jeff Redd actually was A&R for Bobby Brown's label. He's so when his third album came out, Feeling Inside, that was a song that Jeff Redd had A&R'd and convinced him to make the first single from that album.
Dang, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
didn't know that. All right,
man.
All right, man.
All right, Matt. Since I took one of yours, man, you go.
You big man,
okay.
Matt, so go ahead.
All right, you talked about Keith Sweat, so I'm going to talk about something Keith Sweat adjacent. I'm going to pick for my fourth pick. I'm going to pick. I just saw it. I'm going to pick. What's this dude's name?
I wanna.
So I'm picking. I'm sorry for my fourth pick. I'm picking "Just Got Paid" by Johnny Kemp.
Johnny Kemp, yeah.
Good one.
That's a classic.
Yeah.
Just Got Paid. Friday night.
So that's co-written by Keith Sweat and Teddy Riley. It was actually supposed to be on Make It Last Forever, but I think it missed the deadline. So Teddy ended up giving it to Johnny Kemp instead.
Yeah.
But
go ahead. Finish your thought.
But that's another one of those like instantly recognizable dance floor starters that just like it's so like oh I'm not gonna not dance when I hear the song. It's just like it's an instant like boom, you just get the party going. You know, great memories. Rest in peace to Johnny Kemp.
Yeah.
He died?
Yeah, he passed away like 10 years ago, 15 years ago. So,
but y'all may know this story. Maybe some of your followers don't, EJ. But Teddy Riley, for him to get Johnny Kemp inspired to sing this song, he took him to a theme park and had him ride a roller coaster, and then they went back to the studio to record it because whenever he tried to do it, it wasn't quite hitting. The energy wasn't there. So
he drowned. Cause of death, he drowned actually.
Yeah. Oh wow, I didn't know that. Dang,
I did not know that.
Man, that hits close to home after Malcolm Jamal Warner.
Absolutely,
You know
that's crazy. Wow, he's Bahamian too.
Dang.
All right. My fifth pick here, I think was 1, 2, 3. Fifth pick.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a song. This song I taken much earlier, but I was curious to see how low this song would go.
Okay.
And no one's taking it yet, so I'm gonna take it now. I'm gonna take "I Like" by Guy.
Dang it! Oh, you took it.
You gonna take that next on the list for you, buddy?
It was on my list. I was seeing if it was how far it was gonna go. Like you, I was gonna wait. I was gonna wait because we only have 10 to work with. So
I was gonna give it 4 rounds, and if it went past 4 rounds, I'm going to the 5th round, and sure enough, it did. Great
song.
That's actually one of the quintessential songs of the era. Of that,
I agree.
I agree.
Yeah. I think that's like if someone were to want to be introduced to New Jack Swing in album form, I think the Guy album would be my first offering to someone who wants to know what New Jack Swing is. I'd say Guy, Make It Last Forever, and then Dangerous in that order.
Oh yeah,
that's good.
If I had to pick 5 songs from this era in general to present them to what New Jack Swing era is about, this is one of the 5 songs I'm giving them.
Yeah,
by far,
for sure.
And I can remember the first time I heard it. I heard it on Love and Basketball. I don't know about y'all. Y'all probably heard it before.
Iconic scene.
Oh, much longer.
Iconic scene from
Iconic scene.
Basketball. Yeah.
Again, growing up in a house where we played on the radio and a lot of vinyls in the house, we heard it randomly on radio, randomly going to school. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, one of those. I mean that era. I mean, back in 1990, 91, 89, what to call it. You had on the radio all the time. This stuff was bumping on the radio like crazy.
Yeah.
Hot one down in Miami here, Hot 105, and all that stuff. Oh my gosh, it was crazy. So yeah, this is one of the songs. All right, your 5th pick, Chris. What you got?
All right. So I don't know if y'all have noticed. I've tried to go like if I've already picked an artist, I try to pick another one that I haven't done yet. So y'all have already mentioned Bobby Brown.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna skip Bobby Brown for now. If this song is still up there, I'll get it later. But I gotta go with "Is It Good to You" by Heavy D and the Boys.
Nice.
That's on the list.
That's on my list too. That's a good one.
And I was torn between picking Heavy D's version or Tammy Lucas's version that's on the Juice soundtrack because they're both Teddy Riley joints, but they're very different, those 2 versions. So I just happened to like when it comes to hip hop. My 3 favorite voices in all of hip hop are Slick Rick, Mr. Cheeks from Lost Boys, and then Heavy D. Right there.
Heavy D is one of the people that made me fall in love with hip hop. It really, really was. I remember that was the first rap album I ever memorized. It's the Big Time album.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I would say too also in that era where hip hop was changing obviously from what it was in the 80s, going to the more edgier gangster rap in the 90s. Heavy D was the nicer, more presentable to the mainstream, white America. That this is what could be minus all the gangster stuff. Heavy D was a safer artist for many people wanting hip hop.
I would say. And I got to give Heavy D his flowers. Like for anybody that's never seen him perform live on stage, as big as he was, Dude could get down.
Yes,
like,
he
when
can.
It came to the dancer.
He could.
He could dance laps around people.
Heavy D was huge, man. Heavy D was a big deal back in was a big deal in our era. He really was. Like he was on radio.
Yeah.
He tore radio. Yeah.
And I can't remember who I heard say this about Heavy D, but it's a perfect description of him. He's that kid in your school classroom that can get away with anything because he knows how to sweet talk his way out of any situation.
Yeah,
that's
you know what I'm saying. So taking that and putting that in music is no wonder he became a success like he did because his charm was through the roof. You know what I'm saying?
That's a great analogy, bud. That's actually a great analogy.
I always say there's 2 people in the music in music history that I've never heard anybody say anything bad about. One of them is Stevie Wonder, and the other one is Heavy D.
Dang, yeah, man, yeah, that's true. I can't think of anybody that ever had anything bad to say about Heavy D, which is rare in this world. So, man,
all right,
that's good. Matt, what you got, bro?
All right. I gotta give some love to the ladies. We've gone a long way without giving some love to the ladies.
Oh, I know where you're going. Oh,
I'm gonna pick "Don't Walk Away" by Jade.
Dadgummit, man! You had it.
Yo, first of all, "Don't Walk Away." That's a Bossa Nova drum beat, which is insane. That little with the little cowbell. That's a Bossa Nova drum beat. That's completely preposterous in that era. But and then the bass line is so crazy, and then the chorus is great. I love there's the breakdown. Don't. That's such a great record. They only really had 2 hits, not enough for an unsung, but because they had the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, even on Sunday, but "Don't Walk Away." That is such a quintessential New Jack song of the New Jack Swing era to me, and it's just one of those things that's great. And shout out to Q-Tip, who sampled it for elements of it for a war tour for a Tribe Called Quest.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, I had to shout out, give love to the ladies for that for my fifth.
Yeah. Two quick things about that song. Number one, when I was a kid and heard this on the radio, I was convinced it was Mariah Carey singing it.
Really?
Yeah, because like the first verse, I was convinced it was Mariah Carey, and then my mom told me like, no, like this is a group called Jade. I'm like, Mom, I feel like you're playing with me. This sounds like Mariah to me. So that's number one.
I never would have gotten that.
Yeah, cool, and then number two, I'll share this mashup with you guys after the show. But there's this YouTube DJ that I follow, and he took the beat of "Don't Walk Away" and put the words of "Jump Around" by House of Pain on top of it, and it sounds insane.
And by the way, you mentioned it right there. I actually already hear it. Boom, like, it fits.
Yeah, I mean, it's wicked how good it fits. I'm like, I never would have thought to put those two songs together, but it sounds bananas, man. Like it's a crazy mashup.
Yeah.
All
right, my sixth pick. I'm surprised this song is actually falling as far as it did, but
okay.
Hey, I'm gonna grab it, man. Another song that defined the era. It feels good, but 2020.
Oh, see, that was on my list too. That was on my list. I was waiting.
Again, if I told you 5 songs to tell you what defines the era, what songs, I'm introducing somebody into this. This one 5 songs I'm giving you.
That's fair.
Yeah,
man.
We lost one of those guys.
It's the only song that sounds like that. It's the only song in their catalog that has that New Jack Swing kind of sound.
Really?
That's why on their next album, Sons of Soul, the first single is If I Had No Loot, and at the beginning they sample Ice Cube's and you can New Jack Swing on my nuts.
Oh, wow. See, I never made that connection.
That's a little dig at everyone that just like sort of pigeonholed them to being like another New Jack Swing type of group because It Feels Good became such a huge hit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But it was a huge hit. It was everywhere.
Yeah.
We lost one of the members of the band recently too.
Yeah, Dwayne, unfortunately, who's the oldest one, the one that sang lead on Slow Wine, sang lead on Whatever You Want, co-wrote so much stuff with them. Yeah, unfortunately, he died of cancer.
Yeah.
I was very fortunate to be able to see them on the reunion tour back in 2023. Raphael had said that they were going to do a record after the tour was done, but I think that ultimately they didn't because his illness was manifesting itself and taking a turn for the worse. So but I'm just glad that they were able to do it for the fans one last time.
Yeah. All right, buddy. Chris, your 6th pick.
All right, I'm surprised nobody's picked this one yet. So I'm gonna pick who I believe is the best rapper ever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with "Around the Way Girl" by LL Cool J.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah. Shout out to Marley Marr for producing it. But yeah, like there's so many quotable lines in here. I mean, like, I want a girl with extensions in her hair, bamboo
earrings, at least 2 pair,
a Fendi bag, and a bad
attitude.
That's all I need to get me in a good mood. Like that is such a great song, and then like even the samples and stuff that they mixed in with it. You got me shook up on your loving.
I was 10 years old. That song came out. I was 10 years old.
Dang.
And I'll tell you now, L has a case of being Mount Rushmore all-time hip hop. So
I was maybe a
He's
few
in my
months
top
old.
5.
Yeah, I was maybe a few months old when Walking with the Panther came out. I was born in the 90s, so
I love Walking with the Panther. I'm that type of guy. That was one. It's such a weird, like creepily weird song, but I have the vinyl. I have the 12-inch of I'm That Type of Guy. I used to love that song,
man.
But no, that's a great pick. Great pick.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Matt, what you got, bro?
Okay. I'm going to pick Back to Life by Soul to Soul.
Bro, that was on. I have that on my list, and I was like, technically, in my mind, it's a New Jack Swing track. But when I looked it up, like, it wasn't necessarily classified as New Jack Swing. But I was like, man, I was gonna save that at the end. But I'm glad you picked it.
But that's like no more than like EJ, you said like Come and Talk to Me. Come and Talk to Me is a song that I wouldn't necessarily classify as New Jack Swing, but it's certainly of that ilk. As a matter of fact, the lead single on Forever My Lady was a song called I Gotta Love, which is New Jack Swing is all hell.
For sure.
and it didn't become a hit because obviously Jodeci only works at a certain BPMs, and they exceeded it. But yeah, Back to Life. This is an interesting pick for me because I wouldn't necessarily classify it technically as a New Jack Swing song, especially because it comes out of England, but it's an era defining song. You know, both versions of it, because remember there's an a cappella version of it, which is infamously utilized in the intro to the Hype Williams' Belly. And then there's the radio version, which we talked about pre-choruses. This is one of my favorite song bridges of all time. You know, I just love that. I live at the top of the block. I just love it. And then I love it. I love it. I love that record. You know, and just with the strings that come in, you know, so
it reminds me of fifth grade all the time. You do you know what? I hear that song. You know, I think I've heard that song. Fresh Prince Bel-Air, the pilot episode.
Yes, when he's stapling his poster on the wall. Yes,
the picture of Malcolm X. Yes.
Yep, takes me back every time I hear
Every time. All right, so my sixth pick or my seventh pick?
This is your seventh pick.
Wow, we're going fast today. 3, 4.
Yeah,
we are. Okay. All right, I'm gonna go my seventh pick. I'm gonna go with. Am I gonna do it now? Pull the trigger. You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna go personal here. I'm gonna go Night and Day by I'll Be Sure.
Okay.
That was my next one. That was my next one. Oh,
that song was dope, though. That song was dope.
It is.
I think of New York. I think of the last year I lived in New York in 1988. I heard that song. I think of my aunt, you know, hanging out in her house all the time. My cousin, you know. Night and day.
Yeah, that whole In Effect Mode album is crazy.
Yeah, that's another album. One that is just like such a quintessential like time. That whole, you know, shout out to I'll Be Sure and his partner Kyle West. You know, they really and they really did a great job. And I know Teddy did a song on there too that became a hit, but that it's funny, that song actually that song came far before the album because it was part of a music competition that was judged by Quincy Jones.
Yeah.
And it won the music competition, and that led to I'll Be Sure getting the record deal and ultimately getting mentored by Quincy Jones, so much so that his son that he had with Kim Porter is named Quincy and is Quincy Jones' godson.
Man.
So, but man, that is such a gem of a record. I mean,
I love that.
In Effect Mode has so many great records on it, but that song is different. That song is really special.
I agree.
Yeah, that's one of them ones.
Absolutely. All right, Chris, your go. 10th pick.
All right, here's another one. I'm surprised nobody's picked yet. So Matthew, don't get mad at me.
Oh, we'll see.
Here we go again by Portrait. Here we go.
I don't even have it on the list, and I'm like kicking myself. I cannot.
Really, I figured y'all would have had it on the list, man.
No, if I had it on my list, I would have picked it already.
Dang, yeah. So yeah, Here We Go Again is a fantastic New Jack Swing record. Obvious. So it's got the drums of Humpty Hump.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
And then you can hear the Here We Go Again, like that's Chuck D.
Yeah.
And then when the chords kick in, that's sampling I Can't Help It from Michael Jackson. So,
oh wow.
Yeah. Because it's the same sample as Break of Dawn as De La Soul.
Another song that, you know, it was on my list, but as I'm playing it, I remember it now. Oh my god.
Yeah. That's one of those, like, when you hear it, like, it's easy to forget how good it is. But I remember being a kid. Y'all probably remember this. I remember being a kid and watching Portrait perform on Family Matters. Y'all remember that episode?
Yeah. Yep.
Because one of them was Waldo's cousin.
That's right.
Waldo,
and I remember
Waldo.
That was my entryway to this song. I was like, man, this song is so good. So it stuck with me for years, ever since seeing it on Family Matters back in the day. So yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
oh
awesome.
Man, I can't believe that's a good one. All right.
Wait a minute.
Okay. Okay, I gotta pivot a little bit now. Should I do a personal pick or should I just pick a sure thing?
Surprises, bro.
Yes,
I'm gonna pick a personal pick. For my my seventh pick.
Yeah.
My seventh pick, I'm gonna pick. No, you know what? I'm gonna save that. And if one of you guys takes this one, I'm gonna be really mad. So I'm gonna pick something that I'm gonna pick "Live and Learn" by Joe Public.
Oh, that wasn't even on my list. So
it was on my list though. Yeah.
You got to live and learn. That's that's another
pick.
Yeah, one of the few bands that did a New Jack Swing record, like full bands. Because like Tony, they're like a trio, but they weren't like a band. Like they're a group, like Jackson 5 and Isley Brothers were a group. You know what I'm saying? Like they're Herculean. They didn't have like a full time rhythm section. But Joe Public is one of those. Like it was a band that got into the New Jack Swing thing, and I got to give them their props because that song was really all over the place, and it gets lost in the shuffle with so many of the songs you've already picked. So I want to shout out to Joe Public. So Live and Learn, that's another one that I loved as a kid.
I'm wondering if I should even mention the other band that I'm thinking of because I have this song on the list. And I hope it's not going to steal anybody's thunder. Okay, you want me to keep it? I'll keep it in the tuck. I'll keep it in the tuck. I'll keep it in the tuck.
Yeah, keep it in the tuck.
All right.
My eighth pick.
Yeah, go for it.
It's actually going to be another personal one. You need a man with sensitivity.
Yeah, shout out to Ralph, man.
That's right. Ralph Sensitivity, man. I love this song. Oh my gosh. One of my defining childhood songs.
Wasn't y'all keep me honest? Wasn't Michael involved in the making of that song?
Michael was on that album.
He was on the album.
Okay. So yeah, Michael co-wrote a song on that Ralph self-titled album.
Yeah,
but Sensitivity is a Jam and Lewis song.
Okay, got you.
They also did. They also did, Do What I Gotta Do. They wrote that one for him.
Did Michael appear on the album, or just did writing credits?
No, he did writing and background vocals on one of the songs with was it Brian Loren, who he was working with on a Dangerous record?
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a record that Michael did called "Satisfy You" with Brian Loren that didn't make the record, and so they did a record for Ralph's album. But Jam and Lewis did Sensitivity.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I just looked up Ralph's self-titled album. The song was "All Right Now" that they did, and John Barnes, rest in peace.
Sorry, John Barnes.
He produced "All Right Now" with Michael and Ralph on that. So yeah, that's a good one. All right.
Well, I didn't know that. That's news to me. That's news.
Okay. Yeah. I got my wires crossed. I thought that Michael was involved with Sensitivity, but it was All Right Now.
You weren't too far off though, because I know he did the album because I remember it in the liner notes.
Yeah.
Good, Chris. Eighth pick.
What direction do I go? All right. So should I go with this one? Like, if I go with this is one of my mom's favorite songs. Yeah, I'm gonna go with it. I'll go with "Love No Limit," Mary J. Blige.
Nice.
Love No Limit.
Yeah.
Like EJ asked before, or you asked EJ before, original or remix?
Oh, I'm going with the original. I like the original more. Yeah. I mean, the remix is dope, but there's like a jazzy quality to the original that it's New Jack Swing, but it kind of has like that nightclub jazz flavor. Because like the way she's like, baby, there's no need to tell you. Like it's got a nightclub vibe to it.
Yeah. It does. And that's one of the few times that she sings in that lower register also.
Right. Yeah, it's very unique. And shout out to after picking You Called and Told Me, Dave Jam Hall produced Love No Limit and You Called and Told Me. So I gotta give him a shout out from a production standpoint.
He did a lot of joints on that 411 album.
He did. It's very true. Very true. So yeah, I'll go with Love No Limit, Mary J. Blige. Shout out to my mom.
All right.
Absolutely.
All right, Matt, what's your eighth pick now? I'm curious.
Okay, for my eighth pick, oh boy, I want to pick. You guys have been going a little slower and mellow. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna pick "Sending My Love" by Jeanne.
Ooh, that's a dark horse. I like that. That's good.
Yeah.
That's a good pick.
I love that song down. When I tell you, I just love just the sparse piano chords and that little quick thing on the guitar, and then when those two harmonies come in, if I could ding ding mail my love, then the beat drops, boom 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 boom. It's so hard. Shout out to KG from Naughty by Nature who wrote and produced that song.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, he produced the majority of those two Jeanne albums, like Hey Mr. DJ.
Another song for the cracks. Another song that I didn't remember right now. Like, oh my god, I remember this song.
Yeah, it's sending my love to you.
What I'm realizing too with this genre, there's a lot more songs than we realize, a lot more hits for this era than we realize.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely,
way more we thought. So a great song.
Yeah.
I've heard for years, but that's awesome.
Man. And real quick before we move on, since you mentioned KG, like I don't think he gives enough flowers, man. Like no. I think he often just gets lumped in as like another member of Naughty by Nature because Tretch was like the face of the group. But I mean, KG was dope. Like I remember he produced Unity for Queen Latifah, and I mean he's done all kinds of songs over the years. So shout out to KG. I appreciate you mentioning his name.
All right.
Yeah.
Ninth pick. All right, for me, this is gonna be tough now.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of good options here. There's a lot of good options here on this list.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Still plenty.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
I'm gonna take I Like the Way by High Five.
Yeah.
No! I can't believe you picked that one. I was literally looking at it.
Oh, really?
I was literally looking at it on my list.
I like the way. Another like. What I call defining song of the era, but it does stand out.
Yeah,
no, I mean it's a Teddy Riley record.
Teddy Riley joint. Yep. Man, good stuff. Good stuff.
I'm not gonna mention it, but one of the songs on that album is my favorite that I rediscovered lately. Is a song called "Just Can't Handle It," which was I think it was a single either right before or after I Like the Way. But it's basically a song about how a boy is trying to seduce and ultimately becomes seduced by an older woman. By a 16-year-old kid gets seduced by a 25-year-old woman.
Dang,
it's crazy. It could never fly today.
It almost sounds kind of like "Passing Me By" Pharcyde.
Yeah, almost.
It kind of sounds like that.
It's one of those New Jack Swing records. It's just like just can't handle it. Bum, 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 bum. It's got that typical Teddy Riley organ on it, the same way that a lot of those. Yeah, but the subject matter is yeah. But that's a good pick. But yeah, I'm mad that you picked the High Five.
I'm sorry, Matt.
All right,
Chris, here we go.
Man, there's still so many that I could pick, but because I'm just down to the last two picks now. All right, so number 9 for me is going to be "I'll Be Good to You," Quincy Jones from Back on the Block. Ray Charles. Good team. Back on the Block is my favorite Quincy Jones album.
Ditto.
And I mean, it's a fantastic record from start to finish, and "I'll Be Good to You," like just to hear Ray Charles and Shaka Khan, you know what I'm saying? Like just, I never would have thought like what I loved about Quincy, and he did this. I mean, he exemplified this for his whole career, but really with this song is that he was able to bridge the old school and the new. And he did that not only with the talent around him, but also when it came to sound. Like Back on the Block was one of the first albums that really, meshed jazz and hip hop and all the things. So definitely got to give credit to Quincy on that. That's one of my all-time favorites.
Why is the GOAT?
Yeah,
I love Ray Charles's ad libs at the end of that.
Yeah,
it's like, "I'll give you Visa,
Master
Charge, American Express, turn the pants upside down."
Yeah, I know that.
Oh man! Oh, and real quick comment. Brad Sundberg, who has been a long time engineer of Michael's, I had a chance to really kind of talk with Brad because he was in the studio whenever Back on the Block was being made, and he said like the jokes that came out of Ray Charles and Miles Davis and Quincy is like it. He's like, I can't repeat half the things they said, but,
I'll
he's
bet.
like, yeah, like there was a lot of stuff that was said, but he said he had so much fun during the Back on the Block sessions, and this was one of the highlights for him is just seeing Ray Charles and and all that stuff like in their element. So, and if anybody's never seen the Listen Up documentary, Quincy Jones, that's a great documentary.
It's been years. I saw once. It's been years.
Yeah,
it's a very schizophrenic documentary.
It is, yeah, because it goes from the recording sessions to Quincy growing up in Chicago, and
it's like it was directed by Quentin Tarantino. It's completely
the way
out of chronological
very choppy
order. Yeah.
No, I agree.
Or a certain Thriller 40 documentarian who shall remain nameless.
Oh man, this is Bob.
We know it is. We know that it is. Come on now.
Yeah.
All
right, Matt. 9th pick. What you got, brother?
Okay, 9th pick. All right, I'm going to try because I'm saving a personal pick for the end, so I'm gonna go with a safer pick. I'm picking If It Isn't Love by New Edition.
Oh my God.
That's on my list.
That's my next pick, buddy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's just like, yeah.
Why don't you feel this way?
Because I tell you, man, I never it's one of those things you remember where you were the first time you saw the video.
Yeah.
Because it was crazy. Because when I saw all those Any Heartbreak videos, I'm like, is New Edition breaking up? I mean,
it was Bobby though, but yeah.
Yeah. But just like the sentiment of it, because like they're like arguing and like having problems like for her saying, because I'm a kid, I'm 6 years old when that song's out. So and then you see, like as New Edition lost it in the newspapers in the Can You Stand the Rain video. But no, If It Isn't Love, that's a song it's a great song in and of itself, but it's another song that's very heavily tied to its music video. It's such an iconic music video of New Edition, rehearsing. And it's such an iconic dance routine. Shout out to Brooke Payne, who's still doing it in his 70s, still giving them great material. Because remember they did this because they're doing their Vegas residency and they incorporated their medley of songs by the Spinners that they did at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and Brooke is still giving him some great footwork for that. So shout out to him for that. But
yeah,
If It Isn't Love, really, it saved New Edition. It really did, because before that, you have Under the Blue Moon, that crazy sort of 50s, 60s cover album that they did with just the four of them, and it was really iffy. They had a slight hit with Earth Angel from Karate Kid 2. Yeah. But there was a question of whether or not they were going to thrive. They were going to go on after that. And so Jam and Lewis really, resurrected them and got them to a more mature sound. And If It Isn't Love really launched that campaign for the Heartbreak record and New Edition's basically new lease on life. And it's such a minimal. It's the production is very minimal. Like I can scarcely ever. Every time I listen to that song, I'm like, "Where's the melody? Like, where's the melody of the song outside of just the Ralph singing?" But that just speaks to just how unique that Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis were when it came to crafting productions. So
and. Real quick, because you mentioned, I guess, kind of A&R and that sort of thing. So if I remember right, I think the interview I watched of Jimmy Jam, he was on Sean Stockman from Boyz II Men. He was on his podcast.
Yeah,
he had said that there was a strategy in how they were going to bring Johnny Gill into the fold. So they intentionally led with If It Isn't Love and You're Not My Kind of Girl, before you really get to hear Johnny on Can You Stand the Rain. Because on the first two singles, If It Isn't Love and You're Not My Kind of Girl, you really don't hear Johnny all that much, if at all. So that was Jimmy's idea to be like, hey, we want to, because Bobby's gone, we need to kind of,
ease
ease your fans into this. And then, so when Can You Stand the Rain came out, like it was such a huge hit. So
he likened it to what was it? The stylistics.
Yes. Yep.
Because
that's exactly it.
Because you hear Ray Tompkins is the singer, but then you hear the other singer on You Make Me Feel Brand New. So the analogy that he used was perfect.
Yeah.
Was that the biggest album too? Any Heartbreak the biggest album?
It's tied. Both Any Heartbreak and Home Again are double platinum.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Close it up.
My last pick. All right. I saved the best for last.
Mm-hmm. Wait. It's my turn.
EJ, EJ goes.
I'm sorry. Yeah. I skipped you. My bad, bro.
Okay. Go ahead, EJ.
Oh, wait, hold on. Wait. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. Okay. My 10th pick, last pick here. I mean, there's so many. Look at this list. So many to choose from.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
So real quick, while you're looking through your list, who picked If It Isn't Love?
I did.
He did.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And I got mad about that because that's my next pick.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. All right. My bad, bro.
Can we talk for a minute?
Tevin Campbell.
That's my guy.
Good song.
Great song.
Salute to Babyface too, man. I mean, he was penning hits left and right in this time.
Yeah,
that song still ages well.
Yeah.
That's probably one of his 3 greatest songs, in my opinion. I think that End of the Road and Roni are probably the 3 best songs.
Oh, okay. You're talking about Babyface. I thought you were talking about Tevin.
No, Tevin. Yeah.
Because I was thinking of 2 other songs I was going to round out that top 3 if you're going to say because Can We Talk is like his biggest one. I was going to argue that Stand Out and Eye to Eye from a Goofy movie.
Oh yeah, dude, he should have did a whole album with those guys.
For real. Yeah, there should have been a whole Powerline album like that. Dude, in my mind, it exists. You know what I mean?
Exactly. What a wasted opportunity.
Yeah, for real.
If they knew the people who go to JCPenney and buy Powerline World Tour shirts today.
Seriously. Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I didn't hear that song till years later, actually. The Eye to Eye.
Really?
Because it's 15. The movie came out 15 years old. By then,
that's true. Yeah.
Oh, you were aged out.
I was into sports. I was into sports at that point.
That was a hood staple. Like me and my cousins, we saw that movie like a couple times. Like, yes, love it.
All right. Round and Round also suppressing. It's not a big song. I think,
Yep. All right. So my turn. Last pick.
Yeah.
All right. Pick. Like I said, to me, I saved the best for last, and I'm ready to make an argument for this song because some may disagree with me. But my last pick, and this to me is my favorite Michael Jackson song ever, is Another Part of Me by Michael Jackson. Is arguably a New Jack Swing song.
Is it really?
Yes.
I never considered that.
So hear me out.
Okay.
Hear me out.
Hear me out. I want to hear this.
So you got to consider Michael started working on the song in 85.
Correct.
Because Captain EO wasn't out yet. Right. Mm-hmm. And because he was working on that song, you can kind of hear a similarity as far as the New Jack Swing sound with what you hear on Control, which came out in 86. And a few months after that, Captain EO comes out. And if you listen to the instrumentation, it has a lot of the New Jack Swing elements in it. And then when you listen to Michael sing, that's where like the gospel flavor comes in. Because to me, if I had to break down the elements of New Jack Swing, it's got hip hop, funk, and gospel. So you can hear all 3 of those elements, but from a musical standpoint, in Another Part of Me. And especially when you hear like the original version, like it has like the slower instrument, like dun-up, dun-up, dun-up. Like it's got that flavor to it.
I don't know if I'd say it's a slower version. I think that the bass line is emphasized more on Michael's Captain EO version, and in Quincy's version,
it's way too heavy too.
The keyboard is more emphasized. The Michael version is really the bass line doo 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 doo.
Yeah.
So
the Captain EO version sounds very demo-like, still very demo.
It's very demo-like.
Yeah, it's still it still has like a primitive quality to it. But again, like when I'm thinking of the elements that make up a New Jack Swing song, and then you hear the conviction in Michael's voice, there's a lot of gospel flavor around it. Because to me, it's like it's part 2 of Can You Feel It when you look at it from that perspective.
Yeah, from the sense of the lyrical sentiment of it. Yeah, absolutely.
And then and again, just instrumentation wise, to me, it fits what we've heard on Control and all that. So to me, I think Michael was kind of ahead of the curve in '85 by making that song and working with Matt Forger and all the different like people that were considered the B team during that time. Like to me, I think Michael was ahead of his time in doing that song.
Yeah, John Barnes,
Chris Correll.
John Barnes had co-wrote "We're Gonna Change the World," the other song from Captain EO.
Captain EO, that's right. So again, I understand some people are likely going to disagree. They probably consider it more like synth pop, but to me, it's.
I kind of
see it though.
I will say you did sell it well though.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
That's right.
Because like especially on the final version that's on Bad, I can definitely see it. The only thing it's missing is just like the hip hop rhythm track. Yeah, that's like the only part that's really like me like missing it. That's missing from it to make it a New Jack Swing record, because that's really like what makes New Jack Swing. It's the rhythmic urgency that really makes them New Jack Swing records. That's the only element that's kind of like on the fence to me with another part of me. But everything else, when it comes to the bass line, when it comes to the horns, even Michael's background vocals, that's just so
that's the gospel part actually.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's very gospel-like. But and again, this is one of my ears here. Y'all don't have to agree with it if you don't want to. When you listen to the drum machine, like when you listen to how it sounds on Another Part of Me, it sounds very similar to what you hear on Control and Nasty. It's like it's got that.
No, I get that.
It's got that. And again, I know it's not necessarily hip hop, but just seeing where drum machines were during that time, like again, he was taking a lot of what he heard during that time, but then elevating it, to something else. Like he took it to a whole other galaxy with that. So I get your argument though. I get what you're saying. Like there aren't enough really hip hop elements to it.
Yeah.
But it has, to me, it has everything else. Like it has the funk, it has the gospel in it. And again, just thinking where things were during '85. To me, he was already ahead of the curve before Jam and Lewis and Teddy were really doing their thing in the late '80s. So that, to me, I think he should get a nod for that.
I think it would be like the other side of the coin of a song like "What Have You Done For Me Lately?" I think that they're very similar in tone and sonic tonality. In
that makes sense.
In terms of like being New Jack Swing or New Jack Swing adjacent.
Okay,
I agree with that actually.
All right, so if y'all think that it doesn't qualify, then I've got other songs I could pick. Okay. All right, that's fair. All right,
what does Chrissy think? Does she like the think that's accurate?
No, she doesn't agree with me. No, she loves the song, but she doesn't think it's a New Jack Swing song. She's like, I can kind of hear it, but not really. I'm like,
no, but you do make a compelling argument for sure.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Okay. What you got, Matthew? Last pick.
Let's bring it home, brother.
Okay, we'll bring it home. I like I said, this will be the one time I don't pick a Michael song on my list because I want to keep it. But I'm gonna pick "Feels Like Another One" by Patti LaBelle and Big Daddy Kane.
Whoa! I was not expecting that. That is crazy, bro.
That's a shot left field.
Yeah.
Yes, because it's okay. So my dad, Adon Allen Jr., love you, Dad. He used to have a mixtape, like a Maxwell cassette tape that he had all his favorite songs on. And a lot of them were New Jack Swing songs. Like he had Mary J. Blige, "You Remind Me," "Reminisce," and "Real Love." He had Michael Jackson's "Jam" on it. He had "Gotta Have You" by Stevie Wonder which is very much a New Jack Swing song from his end, and another song, and he had like it's not a New Jack Swing record, but he had like a lot of CeCe Peniston on it. But he had Feels Like Another One by Patti LaBelle and Big Daddy Kane, and man, that's just like every time that's such a different sound for Patti, but she made it work so well. You know, just that a premonition in my bones. I can sense it, hear it. I just love just the melody of it. Oh, and then Big Daddy Kane. Yeah. Oh, Big Daddy Kane. He's one of the most underrated rappers and one of the most important rappers of his era. Like he really influenced so much, and kind of was a little too ahead. He was one of those people that was a little too ahead of the curb, because like years later, it's like, oh, he already innovated that, but he didn't get to reap the benefits of it in real time. But Big Daddy Kane, he had excellent rap voice. He had a moment too, also excellent flow and cadence, and he just killed that track. Big Daddy Kane also. He was killing a lot of features back then. There's around the same time he did a previously unreleased remix to Prince's Bat Dance.
Bat Dance. Oh gosh,
that didn't come out until Prince passed away.
Yeah, until he passed away.
I was furious
that
they were holding on to that, because it was such a great remix just overall. But the fact that Big Daddy Kane was on it and he just killed it. But Patti and Kane together, and in that track, is just so infectious in terms of the New Jack Swing elements. You know, Patti singing that over that hip hop beat, but just making it sound like church. It's just that so much that they did a even bigger New Jack Swing remix to that song, built on that ad lib. So yeah, that's my final pick. Patti LaBelle and Big Daddy Kane, Feels Like Another One.
That's a good one.
I'm looking at my list here of stuff I did not take, actually.
Yeah.
So I'll share some of the honorable mentions here. Johnny Go Run the Right Way.
Yep.
Is on your list?
That was on my list.
Okay. Yeah. Janet Jackson, Miss You Much.
Me too.
I had that.
Bobby Brown, A Little Step I Take. A Little Step.
Yep.
Yep.
I Want to Sex You Up by Call Me Bad.
Yeah.
Tui.
Oh, you don't like it?
Don't like that song. I've never liked that song. It's lyrically, it's garbage.
Is it the TikTok?
Okay,
no, lyrically, it's garbage. Making Love Until We Drown. That's one of the most unsexy things you can hear. Oh, baby, I'm gonna do it to you so good. It'll be like you're underwater and you can't breathe, and you're gonna start to panic. You know, it's just like, come on,
like a homicide.
Exactly. Or we can do it till we both wake up. So now you're like sleep sexing.
Either it's a homicide or they're in waterbed. You tell me.
It's so ridiculously stupid. And plus they turned sex into a verb, which is wrong on a totally different level.
Yeah, it kind of turns sex into like doing the nasty, and it sends it in that direction. Yeah.
Anytime you turn a noun into a verb, it's just like, okay, I have so many questions. You know,
I just had the most random thought of remember the Magna Carta Holy Grail commercial? Jay-Z's like, always wanted to be a verb. I have the most random thought.
Oh my god!
Yeah. I have Motown Philly by Boyz II Men on the list.
Okay, these are all honorable mentions right now.
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna save mine at the end, but
let me tell you a quick story about Motown Philly.
Okay.
So, when my parents we're from Syracuse, New York, and then we moved to Fayetteville, New York, when I was about 8 years old, which is a suburb that's outside of Syracuse, and I've started to play football in 1990 when I was about 8 years old. And then 1991, my brothers and sisters joined me. So my brother played flag, I played Mighty Mites, and my sister started cheerleading. And so at the end of the year, she did a cheerleading competition, and with all of the teams in the area, like maybe 20 teams. And they had to do 2 cheers, one original cheer and then one cheer set to music. of the 20 teams that were there, maybe 17 chose Motown Philly as their song cheer.
Wow.
That's how big
That's
song
a big hit back then.
It was everywhere.
Put it this way, on Full House, Stephanie did that song on a performance in the show. Full House. On White Ass Full House. That song. Okay?
Interesting.
So it's a big deal when they're playing that song on there.
Yeah.
And all the cheerleading teams were white too, so it was good.
So EJ, real quick, what was your 10th pick? Because I've got some honorable mentions, but I intentionally saved them for the end.
My 10th pick was Tevin Cam, Can We Talk?
Oh, okay. All right. Gotcha.
I'm just showing you guys what I had on my list. I was considering.
Okay. Gotcha. I didn't realize you already gave your 10th pick. For some reason, I was thinking you had another one. Okay.
I had also. Did you guys have Now We Found Love by Heavy D. Boys?
Now That We Found Love. No, I had is a good team.
I see that more of a house record than a New Jack Swing record.
Yeah, me too.
What about Right Here by SWV, the Human Nature remix?
I had that on my list.
Yeah, I had that. I would have said anything with the Wu-Tang remix. I had that. I would have had that on there.
Yeah.
This song I was probably gonna draft next. We went extended. Casanova by Levert. Casanova.
Okay, I can see that. I
can see that. I mean, that to me is more of a pop record because the Callaways who co-produced that record, they actually said that was a country track that they converted for Levert.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Here's a song that's personal for me. Aisha by Another Bad Creation.
Oh, dude, I cannot believe
I didn't have that on my list.
We didn't pick Another Bad Creation.
I named my youngest sister based off the song.
Wow.
Yeah. She born 91. This came in 1990. So.
Interesting.
Throw out some of your other mentions here.
Yeah. I've got a few here. I have "I'll Be Good to You," Bobby Brown.
Yeah, me too.
I remember watching Bobby Brown perform that on the show 227.
Yes.
His footwork on that was amazing.
He's incredible. He was incredible as prime.
Yeah,
he really was.
I had "Finesse" by Bruno Mars on here. I did.
Is that
yeah. All day. He's ripping "Remember the Time" all over that. Yeah.
Okay.
To me, he's ripping off Bobby Brown on that track.
Okay. Yeah, I can hear it.
That's more of a Bobby Brown track.
I can hear it. Now, here's a song. Well, knowing you guys, you probably do know this song. It's called "Do You Wanna" by Dornick. He's an English.
Yes, dude. Dornick is dope.
He is so dope. I was so close about like I wanted to pick him, but I'm like, it's not top 10 quality to me, but I love the song. Dornick is so dope.
Do you wanna?
Yeah, it's called "Do You Wanna," and it has Gavin Turek on it. She's a dope singer as well. But yeah, Dornick is Dornik.
Trying to find a song right now.
Yeah. It's called.
It's from it's like from the 2000s, like the early aughts.
Okay.
Oh no, this song came out 2020.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's like very recent. Very recent. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Interesting. Okay.
And then I had a couple guy songs on here. Teddy's Jam. My personal favorite on the record is "You Can Call Me Crazy." I almost picked it. Let's see. There's all kinds of Janet songs on here. "Rhythm Nation," "Miss You Much," "All Right," "Escapade." That's the Way Love Goes. "You Want This," "If," "Funky Big Band."
Those two albums, the Janet album and the Rhythm Nation, are both New Jack Swing in the pocket.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
All Right.
Yeah, All Right. Yep, I had that on here too. And then going to Michael, Jam, "Why You Want to Trip on Me," "Can't Let Her Get Away." I'm so close to picking it.
Me too. That was almost my 10th pick.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Had I not felt like I wanted to make an argument for another part of me, I probably would have went with "Can't Let Her Get Away." Now, question: do y'all consider songs like "Scream" this time around too bad? Do you consider those New Jack?
I don't.
No.
You know, here's a controversial thing. I don't consider "No Diggity" a New Jack Swing song.
I don't think so either. To me, that's more contemporary R&B.
Yeah, I think that you can make arguments for that first Blackstreet record, like "Baby Be Mine." Mm-hmm. That's like the tail end of New Jack Swing, but
honestly,
it's like
honestly, in hindsight, I think you're right about that.
Yeah. No, I agree with you there.
We assume it because of who sang it, because Blackstreet, but no, that's actually more R&B than New Jack Swing.
Yeah. Just a few more honorable mentions, and I'll be done. Blood on the Dance Floor, Superfly Sister, those are unapologetically New Jack Swing.
Blood on the Dance Floor, especially.
Oh yeah, Blood on the Dance Floor.
Blood on the Dance Floor was almost on Dangerous.
Yeah, almost on Dangerous. And then Superfly Sister, that's Michael and Brian Loren. They did that song together during the Dangerous sessions.
That's a very Prince-coded record.
It is.
It is.
Yeah. Here's the band that I was gonna say. I didn't. You may be thinking of it, or maybe not. Ready for the World. Yo, that's a lot of body.
Okay.
All right. I didn't know if you were gonna pick that one, so I was like, all right, I'll wait.
No.
But yeah, like that to me is like a band that did like a an unapologetic New Jack Swing song. SWV, I'm So Into You, right here, had that on here, and then I wouldn't consider that
Week is more of a ballad.
It was on my list though. It was on my list though, this one.
All right. Then the very last song I had, this is like late 80s Teddy Riley. I don't know if I remember the song Faith by Wee Papa Girl Rappers. No? Okay. I happened to come across that on the New Jack Swing playlist. I was like, yo, this sounds really good. So when I researched it, it was Teddy Riley. I'm like, dang, dude was everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
He really was, man. He really was.
So I'll have to share that with y'all, because that does have a pretty funky Teddy Riley flavor to it. It's one of those forgotten gems. So, but yeah, that's what I got. But what about you, Matthew?
Yeah, Matt, what you got?
Here are the ones that I had that you guys didn't mention.
Okay.
Because a lot of the things that you guys said, I'll spare you to repeat it. So I had a few Keith Sweat songs on here. I Don't Stop the Love, Make You Sweat, and Keep It Coming.
Yeah.
I had a bunch of I'll Be Sure records also. If I'm Not Your Lover, which was co-produced by Teddy Riley. I had Rescue Me, which is my personal favorite song.
Ooh, good pick.
I had Treat 'Em How You Want to Be Treated by Father MC and Jodeci.
Dang, I totally forgot.
I guess I Treat 'Em Right by Trip.
Yeah, Treat 'Em Right. So
Treat 'Em Right. Go.
Yeah.
Treat them good. Bam, bam. Yeah.
I had what was another one? I mentioned that one. I had She's Playing Hard to Get by High Five.
Yeah, good song.
That was another one. I had a bunch of Chucky Booker. I had Games by Chucky Booker. I had Turned Away by Chucky Booker. I also had some more Bobby Brown. I had On Our Own by Bobby Brown.
Yeah, good song.
Ghostbusters.
Yeah,
Too Hot to Handle, Too Cold to Hold. You call the Ghostbusters in Any Control.
Yeah.
I had I Get the Job Done by Big Daddy Kane. Another dope Teddy Riley track.
Yeah.
And last but not least, I had a song that was like a one-hit wonder, the Mac Band's Roses Are Red.
I don't think I've heard that one.
It's a red violets. Yes, it was written and produced by Babyface and L.A. Reid. So, and then again, they did a bunch of New Jack Swing stuff for like Jam & Lewis and Babyface did a bunch of stuff for like Karen White, like I Love the Way You Love Me, Let's Get Romantic. Those are some big songs. It's No Crime by Babyface. I wish I would have had that on there. And My Kind of Girl by Babyface. I wish I would have put that on my list. I'm still seething that I didn't put Here We Go Again. I'm still kicking myself on that.
Yeah, man. That song by Portrait is.
I can't believe I dropped the ball on that one. That's crazy to me. I didn't even write it down. But yeah, and Every Little Thing We Do by Christopher Williams. That's another one that was big. And you mentioned SWV. Like I said, I had that Anything remix with ODB and Method Man. What's another one that
I'm so glad I got You Called and Told Me by Jeff Ray, because you were real upset about that.
I was so mad because I knew I was gonna get it. I had a lot of songs from that Second Guy record, the Future record. I had Let's Stay Together, Smile, Do Me Right, and then of course the title track, The Dangerous. I had that on there too.
Yeah, I have that on here too.
Probably my favorite song on that album, actually.
Really? Wow.
I just love.
That's awesome.
I just love the sinister sort of production on there.
Yeah.
I love the piano arpeggios at the beginning, and I just love the way that Michael sings on it, like that.
Yeah.
You know, that I had to pray to God to know how less can blind, and then you know, just fitting in the Psalms, scripture at the end.
Proverbs.
The lips of a strange woman drops the honeycomb.
Yep.
I love and it's sort of the it's the spiritual cousin to Heartbreak Hotel too. That whole idea
that's
of
interesting
like
take.
The mysterious woman lying about sleeping with the boy in front of the boy's girlfriend to get the girlfriend to leave. It's very much Heartbreak Hotel inspired.
That's interesting, actually.
And real quick, how it's sequenced on the album, to me, it encapsulates that roller coaster that you see on the record. Because if you look, there's 14 songs on it, and then halfway through, song 7 is Heal the World. So it's like everything is like kind of in order in a way, but then everything is flipped on its head. And if you look at the album cover, the globe is flipped upside down. I think Dangerous, the title track, represents that. It's like
don't get Matt started on that one, because he thinks Heal the World should be on that record. So
no, it should not have been.
That's okay.
I'll die on that hill.
I'll forgive you for that one, Matt. I understand why, but you know, I couldn't realize that there's certain songs and Michael just has to have it there.
Yeah,
that's where his mind was at that point.
Yeah, it's one of those, like, I've learned to appreciate it, but it's not a song that I go out of my way to be like, man, I'm really, put on Heal the World, man. Let's bump that. Like, I never say that.
I'm not gonna lie, I probably went past on more often than you realize, because the vocals of that song are amazing.
They are, and he also makes some biblical references in that song too, turning swords into plowshares. Out of the book of Isaiah. But man, y'all put me on to quite a few songs that either I forgot about or I hadn't heard.
Yeah,
so,
same here, man.
So thank y'all. Thanks y'all for that.
That's why I love this draft. Anyway, go ahead. All right, go ahead. Plug anything. Go ahead.
I'll just say, if you want to look me up on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, my Facebook is ChrisLacy. Twitter is Chris Lacy 0215, and then Instagram is Chris Lacy 1990. If anybody wants to link up with me and just geek out about music, sports, politics, culture, religion, whatever, I'm down. Yeah, wrestling. I'll talk about that too. Yeah, for sure.
Yep. All right, Matt, what you got?
So you guys, out there, you can follow me at Headphone Addict on Twitter, not X, Twitter, on Twitter, on Instagram, on Threads, at Headphone Addict 1, the number 1 on TikTok. And you can also go to my Substack, Define Media, headphoneaddict.substack.com. I got some stuff coming up for my Substack. I got something on the war on art and how the Trump administration has been, the effect on institutions like the Kennedy Center, the National Endowment of the Arts, NPR, the Corporation of Public Broadcasting. So I have something coming up with that soon. Also, you can see some of my music reviews at blacklove.com. I did a album review of the new Slick Rick album, Victory. That's up there now. And stay tuned. My review of Clips's new album, Let God Sort 'Em Out, is coming this weekend at some point. So keep your eyes peeled at blacklove.com. And you can also see some of my work at complex.com also, particularly 7 facts about Tupac's Machiavelli album of the Don Illuminati.
Ooh, okay.
That'd be interesting.
Good stuff. And of course, me on Twitter, I ask what I call it, EJ Christian 7, Earnestly Podcast, the Music Lounge here, of course, on any podcast catcher, YouTube page at Earnestly Pod on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok, you name it. Until next episode we'll talk to you guys soon. Fellas, thank you so much.